Ladies and gentlemen, Sergeant at Arms, march on my colors. I call to order for the national anthem. Good morning and welcome. I would now call upon Ryan for the land acknowledgement for Scarborough.
The land I am standing on today is a traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples. It is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. I also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13, signed with the Mississaugas of the Credit, and the Williams Treaties, signed with multiple Mississaugas and the Chippewa bands.
Thank you, Ryan. Good morning. For those of you who wish to follow the program, you can find it on your mobile phone at www.toronto.ca/remembrance ceremony. We ask that you follow public health guidelines. Maintain 2 meters or 6 feet distance from those not in your household. Wear a mask. Please refrain from singing the anthems. Wear a mask and face covering if you can, and please avoid shaking hands with others. I wish to welcome our veterans, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to our annual Scarborough Cenotaph Remembrance Day service. I would like to thank everyone for their ongoing support and their commitment to our veterans during these trying times. A lot of things have changed this year, but our tradition of remembrance and supporting our veterans is first and foremost. Where possible, the annual Poppy campaign and Remembrance Day services proceed with both traditional and modified formats in order to follow the health and safety guidelines and keeping everyone safe. With everyone's help, we need to ensure all Canadians can honor Remembrance Day in a meaningful and enriching way today and every day to thank our veterans, together with the men and women of the Canadian forces that are serving either here or overseas for their service to our nation. Our history teaches us the meaning of sacrifice and why we need to remember. Otherwise, we will lead ourselves back into the past and not into the future. If we do not pass on these things, then we are bound to make the same mistakes we have made before. So please, wear your poppy with pride and remember to thank our veterans. Everything is by timing. The 11th day of the 11th hour. Last post. Rouse. They shall grow not old, as we are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember. Order party! Stand at each!
I now wish to invite a member of the Toronto Youth Cabinet, Ryan Dare, to read the commitment to remember.
They were young, as we are young. They served, giving freely of themselves. To them we pledge, amid the winds of time, to carry their torch and never forget. We will remember them.
I would now like to call upon the student from Cliffside Public School. Faya, would you please come and read the poem In Flanders Fields?
In Flanders fields, the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place in the sky, the larks still bravely singing fly. Scarce heard amid the guns below, we are the dead, short days ago. We lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and we're loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up the quarrel with the foe, to you from failing hands we throw. The torch be yours to hold it high, if you break faith with us who die. We shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields.
Thank you, Faya. I wish to invite the Councillor Jennifer Mcclevy to speak on behalf of the Toronto City Council.
Thank you. I'm honored to welcome you to this Remembrance Day ceremony on behalf of the City of Toronto, and it's great to be joined by colleagues Councillor Ainsley, Councillor Mantis, and local Councillor Gary Crawford. Today we pause to remember all those who gave their lives for our country during times of war, conflict, and in peacekeeping. We also think of those who have served and continue to serve Canada here and abroad through the years. Over the past century, we have mourned the more than 117,000 Canadians, almost 10,000 of which alone from Toronto, who made the ultimate sacrifice for Canada and for the freedoms and peace that we enjoy today. We remember the courage and the sacrifice of all those who have supported Canadian military efforts from the front lines to the home front during the First World War, the Second World War, the Korean War, peacekeeping operations, the Gulf War 30 years ago, and more recently, Canada's missions in Afghanistan. In Toronto, we are joined by residents from many countries around the world who have taken refuge from war and conflict and who have become our neighbors and our friends. This year, we mark the Year of the Poppy. Since the end of the First World War, the poppy has been an iconic and familiar symbol of remembrance for all Canadians. 100 years ago, in 1921, the forerunner of the Royal Canadian Legion adopted the red poppy as a symbol to remember the Canadians who sacrificed in the Great War, as it was then known. Inspired by John McCrae's famous poem, In Flanders Fields, the people of France and Canada came together at that time to sell and wear poppies, which raised funds for the war veterans and the children of France. We have proudly carried on this tradition for a century to remind us of the Canadians who gave their lives in service for their country, as well as to raise funds for the Royal Canadian Legion and the essential services they provide to veterans and their families. Today, we also mark 90 years since the dedication of the Scarborough War Memorial, where we stand now. We remember all the veterans from Scarborough who gave their lives and served their country, and those who have gathered in this space on this date and at this time over all those years which have passed. We join all Canadians in remembering those who have served Canada in the past, and we salute those who continue to serve today. Our veterans are young and old, and to every generation, they are our heroes. All of the members of today's Canadian Forces and members of the Royal Canadian Legion who keep these memories alive, some of them who are with us today, deserve our eternal gratitude. Others who did not return have made the ultimate sacrifice and are owed a debt that we can never repay. We also recognize the impacts that active service has had on the families and those who serve at the front, impacts that endure for the rest of their lives. We recognize our oldest veterans from the great generation that served in the Second World War and in Korea, who have now been called upon once more to make sacrifices in the name of public health through the pandemic as we keep our most vulnerable residents safe. All of these sacrifices shall not be forgotten. Thank you for attending today's commemorative ceremony, supporting our veterans and their loved ones who keep the memory alive. We will remember them, lest we forget.
Thank you, Jennifer. Earlier this morning, wreaths were placed on behalf of veterans organizations, school boards, unions, nonprofit organizations. I now wish to invite you to follow, we're complete our wreath laying with, it is not working. I would like to call upon one person, Sergeant, will you greet? Yeah, okay. So, for the Parliament and the Government of Canada.
I stand before your monument among
the legislature and the government of Ontario.
The last post now has ended, and the cannon's roar has gone. To the skirl of pipe and drum, I see the veterans marching on. Here's to you, the proud Canadian soldier. Soldiers, sailors, airmen, one and all. Here's to you, the proud Canadian soldier. For every new day dawning,
The city of Toronto.
and when evening shadows fall, the proud procession marches past, the onlookers applaud, and in succession, one by one, we smile at them and nod. Their numbers may be dwindling with each year passing on,
3.
For Canada. Here on this Remembrance Day, I watch the sunsets glow. The pageant now has faded, and everyone's gone home. I stand before your monument, where wreaths of poppies blow, and I can hear the angels singing, now and forevermore.
Branch 3, 4, 5.
Here's to you, the proud Canadian soldier. Soldiers, sailors, airmen, one and all. Here's to you, the proud Canadian soldier. For every new day dawning, and when evening
Branch 6, 14.
here's to you, the proud Canadian soldier. Soldiers, sailors, airmen, one and all. Here's to you, the proud Canadian soldier. Oh, for every new day dawning, and when evening shadows
Branch 6, 17.
Here on this Remembrance Day, so many years along, I stand before your monument among the teeming throng. The last post now has ended, and the cannon's roar has gone. To the skirl of pipe and drum, I see the veterans marching on. Here's to you, the proud
The
Canadian
youth of Toronto.
soldiers, sailors, airmen, one and all. Here's to you, the proud Canadian soldier. For every new day dawning, and when evening shadows fall.
These wreaths we place are symbols that we remember our fallen. We dedicate these wreaths in the memory of those who have served, suffered, and died. We pause for a moment in silent reflection to remember those who fought and made the ultimate sacrifice for the peace and freedom we enjoy today. I now wish to read a poem that is written by a veteran who's here today, William Mcclevy. The poem is called Lest We Forget. It happens on the same day every year, for this is a day many eyes shed a tear. To see them frail and oh so weak, some have a hard time just to speak. To see them on shaky crust and cane, oh Lord, how I feel that pain. Each year brings less and less as time is beginning to take its toll, leaving many a story untold. But today we are proud, as they should be. They defended their country for you and for me. What's going on through their minds, no one can tell. Are they thinking of the ones that fell? The brothers, the fathers, the mothers, the daughters, the sons, brought down either by bombs or guns? Yesterday were all noble warriors, and for this we must never forget. So today, as we honor every vet, please say aloud, and not under your breath, lest we forget, lest we forget. Thank you for coming to pay your respect on this important day of commemoration. Please stay safe and continue to follow all public health guidance. Our thanks to all those who have joined us on the 11th day of the 11th hour to show our veterans the respect they deserve and earn in our annual Remembrance service. The poppy boards, they were supposed to be down there, they're over here, have been placed in the area. If you wish to lay your poppy, please do so in a safe, ordinary distance manner. We extend our sincere thanks to the Toronto Police 41 Division for their service to our veterans and our community. To our bugler, Jesse Malone from the Queen's Own Rifles, to our piper, Andrew Bennett from the Toronto Fire Services, our sound crew, Paul and his little buddy over there, and to our only Toronto Senior Protocol, Idalina Matisse. Without her, I couldn't get my task done. We will now conclude this ceremony with the playing of the Royal Anthem.
Party, attention!
Sergeant-at-Arms, prepare to march off the colors.
Color party, right, turn! Quick, turn!
The local Legion branches are governed by Ontario provincial health measures. The area that you're in is Zone D5, and the host branch for this year is Scarborough Branch 13 at 1577 Kingston Road. They will have a Remembrance Day service at 1 o'clock. The other branches in D5 will have their own Remembrance Day service, and they are as follows. Branch 73 to Robinson, 1 o'clock. Highland Creek, Branch 258, 45 Lawson Road, 2 o'clock. Brigadier O.M. Martin, Branch 345, 81 Paired Road, at 1 o'clock. Scarborough Centennial Branch 614, 100 Salome Drive, 7 p.m. tonight. Dam Busters, Branch 617, 937 Warden Avenue at 1 o'clock. This concludes our service, and I bid you all a safe day. God bless everybody.
Yeah. I'm going to stand up here so I look on this. We got some spots. Thank you. You want me to take let us on the card?
the district week, you've got to take that
Yeah,
back.
well, yeah, the zone. Yes.
No,
What about 41 degrees?
I